all of the rogue elements is not gloom and doom. You can't have, oh, Mike Penny in the house, that's my guy. You can't have, right, a change that's gonna last if you holding on to the past that has faded away. The change can't last if you holding on to the past that's fading away. We yesterday over because we burnt that bitch down by living it. Tomorrow ain't got here yet because we building it today. So every time we live today, we building tomorrow, and every time we live today, we killed yesterday. It's just progression, right? They say that the Anunnakis and Sumer was the first ones to create a clock. No, they didn't create the clock. They invented time. We didn't have time. We lived in what was called the SikApe, the forever time. We didn't know nothing about no restrictions of time and lifespans and all that's immortality. Then when we began to split into different avatars, so it's like 30, 40, 50 of us at the same time on the planet because convergence in timelines, the crossing of frequencies in parallel dimensions, in the infinity loop, we be 50 different people. That's why we can't never grasp all our mind until somebody kill all 49. Go back to Jet Li to 1. All of your aspects of yourself have to die for it all to come into the one. Right? This is how you become the one. And this is in the occult world, it's the shadow work that kills off all of the selves in alternate realities to converge them into this one reality, which makes you your most powerful aspect and version of the self. Hey. Ooh. Come on, Jimmy. You've been, just so you know, I can't see you, but I can hear you loud and clear. The audience probably can see you though.
Oh, this is awesome timing. How you doing, Chief?
Pretty good. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm living. I'm living. I wanted to chime in because a lot of what you just said touched based on what I'm currently going through, as well as things that I didn't know in my life at all. Okay, I've been watching you for some time, and oh, let me see, where do I start? I've been watching you for quite some time. You and a lot of other scholarly brothers and sisters. The list just goes on. C. Freeman L., Bobby Hemmett, all of them.
For you to
Magic, Black
mention
Magic
me in the name with C. Freeman Hill and Bobby Hemmett, boy, that's some high accolades there.
And it's amazing to me because the timing for me, all of these things have transpired for me within the past, I would say, decade. I am 47, and I just found out that my family may not be my family.
How do you think that happened?
Oh, it's a lot from what I'm understanding. So I do know that the two individuals that raised me may not be my biological parents. I know for a fact the paternal connection is definitely not my father. The maternal connection may be a part of the lineage, but she was not my biological mother.
So you really could have. Do you got siblings older than you?
No, and ironically, I am the eldest grandchild, supposedly on both sides. Now the trick thing to that is, and I don't know if. I know that things relate to me different than they do to other people. So I'm coming to know of myself as someone who I do have discernment. And I'm fortunate enough to be one who can watch oracles, and I can pick out my storyline with no problem. So I know that my father was an elder male. I also know that he left me an inheritance. Now, within me coming to know about this inheritance, and ironically, the way all of that came about is kind of how this supposed family was attempting to trick me to claim my sovereignty, to rescind all of my documents so that I can become someone else. However, it didn't work out that way. But I'm one who realizes that nothing is coincidental. So I know that my spirit team has been guiding me, my ancestors have been guiding me to take steps for me to get closer to what I'm supposed to do. But I found out, and ironically, going back to the system, because there's a lot of uptick in the Oracle community that speaks of me and the situation that's going on with the regards to inheritance and all the people that are attacking me spiritually and attempting to attack me physically, all of the attempts on my life.
You know, it's millions of y'all, right?
Say that one more time.
I said, you do know it's millions of y'all, right?
I do realize that. Yes, I do. Even from just watching the oracles, there are quite a few of them who are going through similar situations. And I ran across something that spoke about, I'll use New York for example, the amount of star seeds that they basically killed off there. The amount of star seeds that exist that they've actually did destiny swaps or attempted to take their inheritances.
Those don't work. Those always have what's called a residual snapback.
And that's what I'm going through right now. Because those that I knew as my family, fake friends, ex-lovers that I now know were sent into me that were pretty much all damn near down low. It's like waking up and realizing that I'm in a movie. And then I listen to the oracles talk about how my life is already portrayed. I'm part of a Truman Show. People literally are surveillancing me without my consent. I've had doctors speak on me and attempt to
around my waist, one on each leg, one on each arm, trying to strip the ball out my hand. And I got a whole trail of them behind me, and I'm still breaking records, smashing through the end zone.
Exactly. I just wanted you to point that out, because we go through a lot as the chosen ones, as the one that got the light. And then it's people that pull on you and try to dim your light, and then you feel like you got to step back yourself. You ain't got to step back shit. I ain't mean to say that, Facebook. Educational purposes only. But you got to set back for nothing. You just got to keep moving. Keep, like you said, you Barry Sanders. Keep moving and keep going forward.
When you beat the opposition, you Bo Jackson and run harder.
Exactly. That's
it.
I just wanted my people to get to know that though. Because my people seem like they gotta keep helping people that ain't even for them. That people that ain't even serving them.
You
people
can't
that ain't
help
even on their life.
Nobody can you help yourself first. If you helping somebody before you help you misusing yourself.
Right. You giving too much energy to them people that, first of all, they're gonna take your energy. They're gonna take everything that you giving to them. Yeah, and then they gonna move from you. They're gonna act like they don't even know you. So that's why I had to come on here and ask you that, because I know you was finna get a light to the people. They already light, but you finna brighten their light even.
Somebody wanna know if you from Mississippi too.
I'm from Nah, I ain't from Mississippi. I'm from Florida. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Y'all, it's crowded down here right now. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Mississippi got so much power over Florida right now. Mississippi, if you from Mississippi right now, you need to tap into who you really are, because Mississippi got so much power right now. Y'all just not tapping into y'all power right now. Y'all need to tap into y'all power right now and see what's really going on. See who y'all really are for yourselves. People in Florida right now really don't know who they is right now. But I'm from Florida and I know who I am. I know my worth. I know my powers.
I'm not
even trying to get everybody to see who they is, because if you don't gravitate to my frequency, you don't gravitate to my frequency. Well, if you do, you're gonna gravitate and you're gonna move and you're gonna combat it. But I had to come on here and I had to ask you that question, because there's a lot of people on here that's rising up. I'm not even gonna say waking up. That's rising up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. wondering why they rising up. You rising up because you know how powerful you is, but you really don't know how powerful you is. But when you tap into how powerful you are, you can go ahead and move. You can go ahead and know who you are. You're gonna tap into your gifts and your powers, and you're gonna move. Like Rod said, like move. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with yourself. Cause nobody ain't playing with yourself but yourself. But go ahead.
You know, that's a paradox of reality too. Because reality got you thinking that everybody else playing with you when you really just playing with yourself.
Right.
You playing make believe. You playing make believe with a bunch of make believe motherfuckers pretending to be the character you taught them to play.
Mm-hmm. You
That's what your
playing the
book of life
person.
is.
Yeah. You playing the character that you done created for that person. So you finna create this character that you know you ain't, first of all, and then you finna play it for that person to see what you can get out that person. Don't stop playing that character. Play yourself. And if when you play yourself and that person don't accept you for who you are, move on, because you need to be yourself. You don't need to be somebody else that you don't even love. You don't even love that person that you love yourself. Love yourself other than you love that character that you create.
Look, when I was reading all them books and practicing all them religious practices in prison, when I decided to use it as a university in the monastery to build myself, I did not know that I would be called to come out here and tell these people why all these lies that they've been telling us is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I never did. It never dawned on me that my self-improvement program would make me qualified to perform a higher work. When I was doing it, that wasn't my goal. My goal
At
was
all.
I see me how I am, and I say, how can I make me better? One of
Right.
the things that all of the um, motivational speakers, inspirational speakers, religious speakers, the writers, they all had one common thread. And that one common thread focused on seeing yourself for who you are in order to improve yourself for where you weak.
And I don't even know if a bunch of people will get this, but when you had to overcome that to where you know that you had to come out here and speak for what you're doing right now, basically. But how you giving people the light that you giving? First of all, you already giving your light to everybody else to jump on here and tell people about what's going on and about everything else. Like you had to sit there and dawn on yourself like, dang, I ain't even really ready for this. But I gotta give it to where I know I gotta give it to because these people need that. That's where I was at 2 years ago. I was like, bro, I know my light, and I know I got to give it to everybody, but everybody ain't gonna accept what I'm gonna give to them. So you had to come to
That
yourself and be
never
like, no,
crossed
I
my
know everybody.
mind. That never crossed my mind that everybody aren't going to accept it.
I
That
ain't,
was a foregone conclusion that I already was aware of
yeah,
because
they
I
ain't crossed my mind
understood.
either.
Yeah,
The thing that crossed my mind is people that comment, and you know how you be on Facebook sharing wisdom and knowledge. It's people that come on there and be like, oh, this is false. I was at that point where like, dang, what I'm gonna say about people that say it's false? What I'm gonna say about people that say I ain't gonna say nothing to them. Because if they ain't on that level, then they don't get it. I'm just gonna talk to the people that gravitate to this and that don't want to elevate.
my mama told me growing up, and this is part of who I am, because she told it to me so much growing up, and I found it to be true repeatedly. Right?
Right.
She said, "Don't think people ain't gonna talk bad about you. Don't think people ain't gonna talk about you behind your back. Don't think
Mm-hmm.
that when you trying to do something good, somebody not gonna come try to stop you and make it turn to something bad."
Right.
And
Indeed.
I asked her how she know. She said, "Baby, look, if they talked about Jesus and they don't think you better than Jesus, what make you think they ain't gonna talk about you?"
They don't want to talk about that. The J word, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
The
right.
J is just an eye bent into a fish hook so I can make you fisher of me in this false reality of the Piscean age.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
No, we in the ICN age right now, so all that
no,
all that's falling down right now.
we in Aquarius now.
Yeah, all that's falling down right now.
We crossed
So
the Maherta. We found the matriarchs. You know what I'm saying? This is a done deal. We Aquarius, we finna start celebrating like the fifth dimension.
Yeah.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
Aquarius.
It's
We
yeah, it's a
there,
done
baby.
deal. It's
Yeah.
a done
All right,
deal.
man. I'm gonna let you drop down because man, you'll be on here for hours.
Yeah, you
But
go
I'm gonna
ahead.
let somebody else stuff so I can get a couple more in
Go.
before I wrap it up.
All
'Cause
right,
I'm
go ahead,
starting
God. Do
to
your
get
thing.
hungry now. All right.
All right, peace.
I can't see you,
I
but I
am
can hear you.
amazing. I'm amazing. I'm so happy I got on here. I just have to say to you, you have been a big influence on my walk through this Morris science. Uh, Man, to become a righteous Moor has been a thing for me. And I really appreciate you. I'm going to be honest. You keep me in my studies. I eat from my Circle 7 every day. Honestly, you have a lot to do with that, keeping me in my highest self. So I wanted to come on here and give you your flowers too, because you just don't know how much, like, I am such a big fan. In my head, when I first seen you, I was like, oh my God, that's like my husband in my head, like the perfect husband. So I'm just so grateful that I'm able to see you. Always so grateful that you connect with me. Yeah, so I just wanted to come and give you some love and just tell you, like, you be having me on my stuff. So I appreciate
You
you.
know, a lot of us are not gonna see the greatness of Noble Drew Ali until they get the Dirty Moors out.
It's long,
Once,
yes. Come on.
once, look, once Angel Bay get home and he cleaned it up,
Hmm.
and we only got righteous Moors, that's when we gonna really see the greatness of Noble Drew Ali.
It's
And
long.
it's the
It's
same
long.
thing with Marcus Garvey because now you have a group of infiltrators of the UNIA's descendants still
Hmm.
trying to tear him down. And
Crazy. That's wild.
we don't understand the greatness of those two and the importance they was for the era of what was taking place on the land. The only thing that stopped Marcus Garvey for real is when he went into the Masonic lodges and started reading the ledgers and found out we was in the Conjure War. We found
Oh, come
out we
on.
was in the Conjure War. The Conjure War outline also has the remedy. The remedy is to educate yourself above the condition in order to break the amnesia.
Mhm.
So
It's long.
he had to fall back. But if you go back and look at the pictures, Gary was building an army of us.
Mm,
But remember,
mm.
Garvey didn't get taken down by the pale face. He got taken down by some
No,
niggas. It was the
that's right. And
it
so many
was the
prophets over Drew
yeah.
Ali. It's
Yep.
long.
When Noble Drew Ali started the Moore Science Temple, he could go get you. He could set a grand sheik wherever you at in their custody and walk out of there with you. These Moors can't do that now. You see the rise of the Moors. They don't.
Yes, it's long.
Somebody went behind his back and contracted with the government.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where the
Yeah.
problem came at, and all that's got to come out in order for us to. And it ain't for nobody else. It's only for us.
It's long. Yes.
It's only for
Can I
us. It's
ask
only
you?
for us to know the greatness of the greats. And we don't care if nobody else on the earth don't accept our leadership and the guidance that they left for us, as long as we understand what they did, why they was doing what they was doing. And then when we get to expose the infiltrators and
Mhm.
realize they look like us and they
Yeah.
ain't us,
Yes. Come on.
squabble up.
Squabble
Squabble
up. So, can I
up.
ask you this? This is what I have to say to you. So when I did, because I was a part of the Holy Temple of Science first, and when I went to change my documents with my name, because I did it from the state I'm from, which is in Colorado. I went before a European judge, and do you know when she asked me why I was changing my name, and I said, well, it was the name of my ancestors before slavery. She says, you did your homework, didn't you? Why would she be saying this to me? And she said it to me 3 times. She said, I love when you say it. I just want to hear you say it because you really did the work on yourself. And it was just like, wow, I didn't even realize I was going to get that response. But I just have to say that A lot of times we're holding ourselves back because we don't want to go and ask in an intelligent tone down in City Hall where they'll give us a favorable reply. But we got to understand how we're supposed to ask and how we're supposed to show up in a righteous way, not in a dirty way.
But
So I have to give you praises. I just want to give you honors. I really do. And I thank you for being here.
look, they don't know noble character until they see noble character. When people come in there, the noble character, it's going to reveal the royal blood. How you carry yourself, if you got the right blood, if you got royal blood, you're going to carry yourself in a regal manner.
Definitely.
And the ones who's been trained, because a lot of the ones in the court buildings, the city hall, they've been trained to spot royalty when they see it.
Wow. Yes.
And when you carry yourself with the noble character, hence noble Ali, when you carry yourself with the noble character, you become exalted in the eyes of the ones that's in the pseudo power positions, because now they can see you as an Ali. Yeah. Ali is the top family, first family.
Wow.
But he's
Yes,
telling
royal family.
you the story in his name.
Wow. Yes, definitely. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the royal blood is the nobility drew out of the Ali, the royal house. You can put it no simpler than that. And more science is predicated into being to see beyond the sight of regular men. That's what they call. They be calling the adept chambers and all that, and that sensationalism around it. It ain't what they think it is. They think they finna go in the adept chambers as a building, and it ain't no building.
It's not a building, no. That's what it's within you. You don't even understand how it's within you. I went through the adept chamber, quote unquote, in the physical form, but coming out in the spiritual form, it's a total difference. I walked out a different woman. I walked out a different person. Let me say that. I did. It did something